Okay, good morning, everybody. So this is day 42 for me. I'm still in Psalm 119. I read verses 113 through 120. And so my verses that I liked were verse 114. It says, "You are my refuge and my shield. I have put my hope in your word." Verses 116 and 117, the first half of it. "Sustain me according to your promise, and I will live. Do not let my hopes be dashed. Uphold me, and I will be delivered." In verse 120, sorry, something's wrong with my eye. "My flesh trembles in fear of you. I stand in awe of your laws." I am so sorry, my eye's killing me. So the questions are, apart from God's word, what most sustains you? Have you ever wanted the best of both worlds? How well do you handle uncertainty? What? So the first question, apart from God's word, what most sustains you? I'm not winking at you, seriously. um, I look at it as what keeps you going, what pushes you. That's how I'm looking at the question. And for me, it's having the responsibility of taking care of others, which are my children. And the only other thing is pleasing God. Those are the things that keep me going in life. Those are the things that keep me pushing and striving and stuff. Because I can remember a time when, with everything that happened, and I've talked about this so many times, the part where I felt like just walking away from the church. Like at that time, I just didn't even want to get out of bed. Like I was like so sick of life, so sick of this world, just sick of everything that was going on. I didn't want to get out of bed. The thing that pushed me and made me get out of bed was like, okay, chick, you have to get up. You have kids that you're responsible for. You have kids you have to take care of. If you don't get up and go to work, you're going to lose your job. So that was the thing that helped push me. And then I was thinking about, well, what pushes you? What helps you at work? Or in other situations, and it's pleasing God. Like that's my ultimate goal, is to please him, to make him happy, to make him, pleased with me. Have you ever wanted the best of both worlds? Okay, so if you say no, honestly, I think you're lying, because who wouldn't? You know that saying, oh, they want, or I want my cake and want to eat it too. What? Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? We do what's right over wrong in most situations, I think. But who wouldn't want that, And I can think of when I was first became a Christian, I was like, well, I still want this stuff, whatever it was over here, because this still makes me feel good. But yet I'm not supposed to be doing that stuff, even though it makes me feel good. So, yeah, God, can't you just let me do this, And when I thought of the question, it says, have you ever wanted the best of both worlds? Okay, so I have children and we watch shows. And this is an old show, I think, because I don't think it's on anymore. Hannah Montana. And it totally made me think of Hannah Montana. And her song is the best of both worlds. And I'm not going to sing it because I probably don't remember the words. But, and I can't sing. So, but it made me think of her. And in her show, what it is, she's a pop star, but she puts on a wig and she dresses up and she changes the way she looks while she's a pop star. But because she wants to remain anonymous, she does that, okay? So then she could be the normal girl, Miley, when she's not the pop star Hannah Montana. I mean, who wouldn't want that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't want, and this is what I put, read what I put. Who wouldn't want to live with God and be with God, but yet who wouldn't want to tell that person off sometimes? I mean, be real, be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, hey, whatever, I don't know. But I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I would just like to tell some people off. Honestly, sometimes, my flesh rises up and sometimes I would like to slap somebody. I'm just being real. Like, seriously, I would. Or sometimes, like, I'm like, oh yeah, I want that piece of cake. Well, I don't know so much about cake, but chocolate. I love chocolate. So, like, I want that piece of chocolate, or I don't eat meat. Like, I just don't like meat. I'll still eat turkey and chicken. Not as much even, really, but like sometimes, like, I just want a big fat juicy burger sometimes and some fries. What? Okay. Okay, so the thing is I want to lose weight, but I can't have the best of both worlds. I can't sit there and eat food that is not good for me and expect that I'm going to lose weight. Like, I can't do it. You know, maybe when you're younger, you can do it. I, at my age, can't do it. I'll just say that. I have to be very, very, very careful what I eat if I expect to lose weight and not gain weight, okay? I can't have the best of both worlds there. You know, it just doesn't work out. Um, and for me, telling that person off for slapping that person, like, I might feel like I want to do it, but once again, I can't have the best of both worlds, you know, because I want to live for God. I want to be his light in this world. You know, everybody knows I'm a Christian no matter where I go. Like, I mean, they do. And so I represent God, you know. And for me, if someone did something to me and I did want to, you know, tell that person off, like, that would be a bad representation of Christ, you know. And I don't want that, because people will be like, oh, so she says she a Christian, but she look at what she just said to her, you know. I don't want that, because that's not who I am or who I want to be. Do I make mistakes? Of course, like I've said it numerous times, because no one can be perfect. But I definitely don't want to, I was going to say muck up, mirror, whatever the word is. I don't want to screw up the way people look at me, because I profess that I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I want to walk in integrity. I want to walk in morals and values. And I want people, when they look at me and they say, yep, she professes she's a Christian, guess what? Look at the way she's walking. Look at the way she's talking. Look at the things she's doing. You know, that person was just rude to her, but guess what? She wasn't she wasn't mean. She wasn't nice. That doesn't sound good. She wasn't mean to them, you know. She treated them with love and kindness, and or she just walked away, you know. Because people will do things to you, you know. And even though these bad things come at you, like maybe somebody just totally attacks you or whatever, you know, you have that opportunity to either one, act in the flesh, or two, act in the spirit. And basically what that means, if you act in the flesh, like, you're going to tell them off, right? You're going to tell them where they can go and what they can do when they get there. Okay, that's the flesh. Or two, you can walk in the spirit, which is either just walk away from them or just be kind and loving to them, you know. And walking in the spirit is just basically, to me, is, you know, following the things that God would do. You know, remember the thing was WWJD, what would Jesus do? You know, that kind of thing. So I really don't think that a Christian can have the best of both worlds, because to me that means that you have the flesh and you have the spirit. We can't have that, because if we're fulfilling the flesh, we're not walking in the spirit, okay? And if we're walking in the spirit, we're not going to fulfill the flesh. Do we, like I've said before, do we make mistakes? Do we do stupid stuff? Yes, we do. We have to apologize. We have to correct. We have to ask God for forgiveness and move on, you know. But are you on a consistent basis, you know, walking in the flesh, walking in the spirit? You know, you're saying you're a Christian. Are you acting like a Christian? Are you doing things that a Christian would do, you know? I think that's enough there. Sorry. How well do you handle uncertainty? What? I don't know if you can see this or not, but like, I put very big letters. I should have wrote it bigger. Not well at all. Okay, what? Me? Nothing. Not at all. Nada, zip, zilch, zero. Okay, I don't handle uncertainty well at all. Like, I don't even handle it. Seriously, I don't, because I don't like it. I'm a person, I like finality. I like things to be done. I like things to be over. I like a cutoff time. Like, I like, okay, this is the end of it. That kind of thing. That's what I like. I don't like something that continuously drags on and just whatever. Like, I don't like that. Like, I like ending point. I like a stopping point of something. Oh, I was just like reading my notes, like, what does this mean? I put, sometimes I will make it over just to get it over, just to get that finality, just to get that ending, you know, that stopping point. And the only thing that I thought of was with dating, and that's so true. Like, with some guys, I guess, that I'll say I've dated, I don't want to say they've been wishy-washy. I don't know. There was one guy I liked, and his ex-wife had done a lot of things to him. And so he was kind of, he hadn't dealt with those things yet, I guess. I'll say. And so he just wasn't sure, I guess, what he wanted, I'll say. So like I was just like at a point like I was like, okay, you know what, this is it, like I'm done, like I'm just done, because you have things you need to deal with still, so I'm done. Like I can't continue on with this up and down kind of wishy-washy kind of thing. Like either you want to try and have a relationship or you don't. Like there's no in between. I think that's the thing with me. There's no in between with me. Like it's either you do or you don't. You know what I'm saying? So I ended it. Like it's like, you can't make up your mind. You still have issues with her. That's fine. I understand, because I understand totally how she treated you. Like trust me. Hello, I understand. But it's like I'm not her. Don't treat me like her. And if you should know me well enough, I mean, you don't know me that well, but you should know me well enough to know my personality type, who I am, what I represent, how I am. Like you can tell how somebody is, Like I said, people, yes, screw up, make mistakes, yes, but all in all, you can tell what type of person I am, Because if I screw up or I make a mistake, number one, I'm going to admit it and be honest. And number two, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to ask God for forgiveness, and I'm going to try my best to move on. So that's me. But I just hate when things drag on. I guess I like that surety, that assurance, that whatever, that it's over, So that's for me. So I think the two questions mostly are, do you want the best of both worlds? And how well do you handle uncertainty? What? I don't at all. Maybe that's something God needs to help me with, because even like my divorce, like I was so ready for it to be over. I was like, come on, God, like this is stupid. Like I don't want this dragging on. Like honestly, like I was willing to get a detective just to make it over sooner, And they're like, well, it's only going to be done 3 months sooner. And I'm like, 3 months? 3 months is 3 months, But even like with baby girl, like it got to a point where I was like, you know what, God, like I need this to be over to give me peace of mind. I think when things are uncertain for me, that's when the worry sets in, when the anxiety sets in. Like I don't understand what's going to happen. Like sometimes I want to see into the future, I guess, and know, okay, XYZ is going to happen. This is how it's going to end. I just like that ending thing. I like that stopping point. Like I just do. That's who I am. So anyways, I don't know how you are. But maybe that's something God needs to help me with, and maybe that's where a lot of my worry and anxiety comes from. It is not being assured of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately I'm assured of one thing, and that I have a relationship with God, and I know where I'm going when I die. So, and I know that God is on my side. So I need to remember that when I get in situations of things where it's not certain the outcome, So basically, I think as a Christian, we cannot have the best of both worlds. You can't walk in the spirit, you can't walk in the flesh at the same time. You just can't. It's not going to work out. And if you need help with uncertainty like me, hey, more power to you. Like, I don't know what to tell you there, because I need help in that area, obviously, because like I said, I like things to be over and done with. What? I think a lot of people do, honestly. I could be wrong. But anyways, I hope you got something out of today. I hope something just spoke to you. I think it's mostly the best of both worlds just really is speaking to me with that Hannah Montana, how she wanted to, have both. Like she didn't want to just be a pop star and constantly be bothered by everybody and all the stuff that comes with being a pop star. She wanted to go to school like a normal girl, and sometimes I think that's how we are as Christians. I mean, it's like, we want to be Christians, but sometimes we don't want to be treated different, because we are treated differently. Sometimes in some situations, we're made fun of, we're treated badly, whatever. I mean, some people have died, because of them professing to be a Christian, So I think sometimes that we want to be, that we would, let's see, how can I phrase it? That we are a Christian, but sometimes we would like to just be an anonymous Christian, if there is such a thing. I don't think so. And I know I wanted to be that way kind of at first when I first, became a Christian, because like I still wanted all the things that this world had to offer. And I've talked about it before, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. What? Because sometimes, these things can make us feel good, like me going to a shopping mall and spending